Okay. Sunnah is more preserved in the books of fiqh rather than the books of hadith. I mean, I respect the books of hadith. I acknowledge the efforts muhaddiseen have taken to record to record all the hadith and the chain of narrators and to study them and to make a science out of it. But Sunnah is basically preserved in the books of fiqh. How can I say that? Suppose if I ask you, how do you know the prayer? Even if I ask an Ahle Hadith, how do you know the prayer? What is the Sunnah way of praying? And he will say this. And I will ask him, from where have you learned this? From where have you learned the Sunnah method of praying? And he will tell me some scholar who has told me that this is the Sunnah way of praying. Now my question to them is, present me one hadith which gives you the complete prayer from A to Z. There is not a single hadith which I know of. If there is, you can present it to me, where Prophet peace be upon him has shared the method of praying from the start to the end. Prophet peace be upon him has, there are hadiths which is divided according to their different kinds of positions and what to recite, but they don't have a sequence. They don't describe what are the fard and what are the wajib. Fine. What I'm trying to say is that there's not a single hadith which describes the prayer from the starting to its end. All the hadiths mention some aspects of prayer but not the complete prayer. So where do you learn? Where do you learn the method of praying? From the books of fiqh. The fuqaha decides this, okay, these are the hadiths present and this is the sunnah and this is not sunnah. For example, in the earlier days of Islam there was a different kind of ruku, and after that there was a different kind of ruku. People used to place their hands crossed in the ruku in the early days of Islam, but after sometimes they used to place their hands on the ruku in a very straight way. So fuqaha, in the books of fiqh, sunnah is preserved. Because if you ask me that, if I ask you where is the complete prayer, even in the Bukhari and Muslim, the complete prayer is not even in the Bukhari and the Muslims. So how do the Bukhari and Muslims used to pray at that time when they don't have the complete method in their own book of Sahih? They used to pray by seeing their own fuqaha at that time, their own salaf at that time. So even if I ask any person, even if I ask Ahl Hadith, how do you pray, and from where you have learned to pray, he actually points to an alim rather than the books of hadith, because he himself, most of the Ahl Hadith themselves has not gone through all the hadiths of Bukhari or all the hadiths of Kutub Sitta, but they have gone through the books of fuqaha, through the lectures of the fuqaha, through the lectures of the alim. So, and even the alim decide which hadith is sahih and which hadith is not sahih, which hadith is applicable now and which hadith is not applicable, because there are many sahih hadiths which are mansukh, which has been abrogated. So who decides that what has been abrogated and what is still sunnah, still applicable in the prayer? Of course the fuqaha decides. So the sunnah is more preserved in the books of fuqaha than the books of hadith. That's my point.